We begin with reports that the federal government says it has rejected the request of the Academic Staff Union of Universities to pay their salaries for the period they were on strike as a condition to call off the 6-month-old industrial action. The Education Minister revealed this at the 47th session of the State House ministerial briefing organized by the Presidential Communications Team in Abuja. TVC News State House correspondent Femi Akonde has more.
The Minister of Education was here to give his scorecard and reel out achievements of his ministry under President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. He says so far the federal government has spent more than 6 trillion naira on capital and recurrent expenditure in the last 7 years. This, he says, makes President Muhammadu Buhari the only one in Nigeria's history to have invested the most in education. But it appears the current realities in the sector outweighs the lofty achievements recorded under the leadership of the Minister of Education. Students of government-owned tertiary institutions are not in school because university lecturers are at loggerheads with the federal government.
Unions in the tertiary education in the country, especially the Academic Staff Union of Universities, have engaged in recurring and avoidable strikes that have crippled the university system.
This strike that started on the 14th of February is the 5th time university lecturers will down tools in the last 7 years. Both the federal government and striking lecturers have been heavily criticized for their failure to find a middle ground. Now the Minister of Education says the federal government has outrightly rejected a request by ASUU to be paid salaries for the period they were out of work as a condition to call off the strike.
I tell you, within the next 1 week, these 5 unions will call off the strike. But I cannot say the same for us because, and let me just tell you what they are asking is, they can accept this if the federal government will agree to pay the salary for the month they have not worked. And I told them the federal government will not.
A report by UNICEF puts the number of children without access to education at 18.5 million, and 60% of this number are girls. But the federal government faults these statistics and insists there is a huge drop in the number of out-of-school children due to an increased enrollment facilitated by the Better Education Service Delivery for All program.
We have reduced the number of out-of-school children from an estimated 13 million to 6.9 million. May I inform you that we have further recorded impressive enrollment in the last 1 year, especially in some of the frontline states: Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, Sokoto, Gombe, Bauchi, Adamawa, Taraba, Rivers, and Ebonyi states.
But the Minister of Education is hopeful that soon the impasse between striking lecturers and the federal government will be resolved. He says the lecturers should be held responsible for compensating the students for the academic time lost during the strike. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.